What's going on, guys? This is Kedar here, and today in this video on fourth stimulus check, specifically focused on social security, people on low income, no income, ssdi, survivors. I have all the details what you need to know right here in this video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now I have been going through comments in my previous videos, and a very common question showing up right in the comments down below, where many of you reaching and asking that when we are going to be getting a check, when the check is going to be delivered, when I will see it my bank account. Now these are some very good questions, specifically focused to the point, and that's why today in this video I wanted to let you know where we currently stand, what will be the likelihood of another fourth stimulus check, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Now right before we start this video, whether it's new announcement, stimulus check, social security, latest stimulus check related updates, we do upload lots of videos regarding that, new videos every single day. So make sure to subscribe to our channel with bell notification turn on so you will never miss our latest videos. Everything related to money, benefits, stimulus, raises to your benefits, state-wise stimulus program. We break down all the latest information for you in small videos like this. So do check out thousands and thousands of videos on our channel. And now without further ado, let's get right into the question. And without further ado, let's talk about the question that many of you have been asking for right in the comment section below. So let's get right into it. There are a lot of things realistically going on as we are rapidly approaching the elections. Now this is not a political statement in any way directed at either of the side, but when we rapidly approach the elections, you already know what happens prior to the election. They love to make bunch of promises and we kind of just count on it. Clearly this election is not an exception, and I highly doubt that we don't hear any promises from politicians and lawmakers. Now with absolute 100% certainty, we don't know what will happen this election, but there are very good chances that we will probably hear some of the announcement from lawmakers, politicians regarding any sort of a stimulus check, because there is a huge need in regards to the fourth stimulus check. And as of right now, there are about half of the states in the United States actually sending out the stimulus check in some form at the state level in different amounts, and these amounts by each states are all over the place, so they do change in a huge degree. Like some of the states are sending out $400, some are sending $450, $800, $750. What you need to do in order to claim that money, some instances you might need to file a tax return on your state level. And again, I'm not giving you any sort of a tax advice. This is not in any way advice. I don't know your particular situation, but generally if you have some unclaimed stimulus money on the line, then who says you can't file a tax return to gain that stimulus money in your pocket? And it doesn't really matter whether your income is low. In fact, you might be able to get a check on state level even if you just file your tax return. You can head over to your particular state portal, and there you can file a state tax return in order to claim your unclaimed stimulus money. And it really worth looking into all those details, because you can really grab few $100 something out of your state. But when it comes to a federal stimulus check, and everybody is asking for 1,400 federal level stimulus check, as of right now there is no fourth stimulus check have been approved. However, that could really change given at any point, absolutely, because anything could change given the fact that there are a lot of reports. They are basically all saying that economy is slowing down, and not by a small amount. Instead, it is slowing down dramatically, and we are talking about a period of recession. And clearly with the rapidly rising inflation, rising interest rates, and therefore contracting the economy relatively quickly, as economy shrinks more and more, there is a higher likelihood that a fourth stimulus check like we have seen in the previous states will get approved. And you know what? During economic contractions, the Federal Reserve will continue to raise interest rates as a result of this inflation that's going on right now. This is the Federal Reserve's attempt. They are trying to bring the inflation down, and as a result of that, they are rising the interest rates. And as a result of that, businesses are laying off people, and many people will lose their jobs. And in fact, not even small corporations, we are talking about big companies. Employees there becomes unemployed, and clearly the unemployment rate rises higher and higher. So that's why we need to continue to watch the job market, the inflation, of course, the Federal Reserve, the interest rates. All these factors are very important in consideration of a fourth stimulus check. And you know, this is a vicious cycle, because as Federal Reserve raises the interest rates, the businesses will lay off people, because you know what, due to the high inflation, there will be a less demand of the products and goods and services, and therefore the unemployment rate takes higher and higher as the inflation inflation goes up and up. This is a vicious cycle, and that continues to go on and on and on forever. And you know what? These things are somewhat delayed. We might not see all those effects immediately, but when it comes to the Federal Reserve raising their interest rates, economy actually contracts, and all of a sudden it really gets very fast, and basically economy crumbles as things gets harder and harder. But you know what? Basically it comes down to the money, and we are talking about printing money. Clearly Federal Reserve comes out, they have rights to print bunch of money, and also they lower the interest rates by cutting the rates, and then basically they raise the appetite for borrowing the money. And this is not the first time it's happening, it happens all the time. History repeats itself. And you know what, when the Federal Reserve prints money, they might channelize the money in various different ways, but basically they print out bunch of money and they put that money right into the economy again to stimulate, again to fill up the economy which has contracted too much, in order to bring the economy back on track. And that's why they print a bunch of stimulus money, they send out to people like us, and most of the time this stimulus money is not even taxable, no strings attached, so you can spend this money in however way that you want. And you know what, when we spend that money, basically we stimulate the economy through that stimulus money. And that's how they basically do it. They are doing it for the greater goods, which is propping up the economy yet again. So basically they tell us to spend all the money, and all of a sudden this one gets huge influx of cash flow flowing into the economy, where buying goods and services and other things like that comes back on track. So you understood the point. When economy shrinks, they print out a bunch of money and send out stimulus money into our pockets. And technically when economy shrinks, technically you enter into a period of recession. And if you take a look at technical definition of recession, it's kind of funny that all of those politicians, everybody is coming out saying that we are not in a period of recession. I don't know whether they are trying to change the definition or what, but as per the technical definition is, it's a 2 consecutive quarters of the negative GDP growth. And as per the data that we have seen in the quarter, there was negative 1.6%. It was about down 9/10 of the 1%. So technically speaking, we are already in a period of recession. As per the technical definition, 2 negative quarters back to back GDP growth clearly at least points in that direction. Now, as I said before, every single recession over last few years have brought stimulus check if they recognize that the period of recession is going on, and they clearly acknowledge that we are in a recession right now. If this recession continues to deepen and deepen, then I guess clearly history could repeat, and clearly there will be more reasons for them to provide additional stimulus check right away. And looks like many things are moving in that direction. Things like election, the period of recession, GDP growth, shrinking of the economy, the rising high inflation, and clearly there is a very high need of fourth stimulus check right now. But again, any fourth stimulus check hasn't been approved as of right now. I'm doing this video, so just wanted to make this clear. But there is a possibility of that. I hope this gives you a clear picture on what is happening on fourth stimulus check. So make sure to hit that like button for me. Do check out thousands of stimulus videos on our channel, and make sure to subscribe with bell notification turn on, as we upload new videos every single day. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and this is Kedar from How to Guys signing out.